Okay, so I've been in here, well, I guess it's now been a couple of days. I was redoing the connectors and repinning the harness on this for the rectifier. I still have one more to go. I got busy doing other stuff and whatever. And then I posted a picture on this, like, unfucking the fuckery type of thing. And I was getting a bunch of like, well, you need to do the headers, you need to do the, good luck doing the, I'm like, it's getting a new rectifier. Here it is. So, because if these were, if I wasn't able, or if I didn't know or whatever, and I was paying $110, or again, they sell clip-ins. I would not want any of that stuff clipped in. It's probably 100% fine. I don't want to do it. The solder-in ones are still like $90. And then if you go to Weebly's website, these are $35. Just build it yourself. It's a, they comes in a, well, I get like several at a time. So I get like a bag that has all the boards in it, and then it's a bag with all the parts, and so, I mean, and it's $35. Like, why would I even bother? Like, I don't even want to waste the time testing and fixing, if it needs it, that board, and I can just throw this one in. I do occasionally get bored, and I do have all the parts to rebuild those. So, I will try to have one or two of those laying around that are fully rebuilt, because parts are cheap, and if you only need one or two parts, sure, not a big deal. If it's not too badly burned, this is the one here. I think this one's actually good. Well, besides the, no, I was thinking this was, it's not done well, but I'm pretty sure this one worked. I just took it out because it was ugly. So this is one I was just kind of making sure I had all the wires were going in the correct order, and I was kind of using this one for, because that one's still soldered to the transformer and stuff. So I haven't undone that. Undone that. I haven't undid that. So I was just kind of sitting, because I unplugged most of the harness. I'm just kind of sitting out here doing stuff, and that way I can just kind of make sure, okay, the key's in number 3, or, well, whatever, and kind of just do it in order from here. And that's what I was kind of doing. There's the plug, the old one. So I was just kind of using this one as a cheat sheet. I need to, like, if it's a board I'm going to throw away, because this board is actually in pretty good shape, the actual board itself, but they use these large rectifiers, so they didn't fit on there, but the board is pretty clean. So that's probably one that I would just rebuild or just clean it up. This one's not bad either. Put new headers on it, again, with the rectifier, if you're going to run those large rectifiers. This one just uses one large rectifier, and it's on the back. You just install a couple of spacers, and it comes with a tube of paste, and then it does come with the bolt that you need to put through it, and then it does have new plastic standoffs that I need to go grab out of my other room, but yeah, I'll just put that right on there, no problem. So that is getting replaced. But yeah, as a Flight 2000, because I would like to see if I could get this. I have other priorities, so it's not like I'm not working on games, but I would like to see if I can get this up and running and booted, and I need to pull the MPU out and put a super cap on it, kind of give it a once over. I would like to see if I could get this booted this weekend and see exactly what's all wrong with it. Because I think the drop targets will be here Monday or Tuesday. So, because I did go ahead and kind of do a parts order for this. But my main thing is, like, I got that I've been working on. This is not going to be playable for 4th of July. 100% not going to be playable. That just needs the flippers rebuilt, because I went ahead and threw the new coat on it and stuff like that until I do a full restoration on it. So, but I want it playable, and then I was like, I miss having the new code, so I went ahead and did the new code update on it, but the flippers are crap, so I was like, well, I'll wait until I do a parts order for other games to restock my parts order. Today, the last of the parts is shown up for that, so I need to get that up and working. He's not in a hurry, but now that the parts are here, I did do he did the Comet LED kit. So the back box LEDs are all done. The underside LEDs are all color coded, but I need to do the top side, but all the plastics have to come off. But I need the rubbers to be here, and I need, you know, he's doing all UV plastics. Anyway, Flight 2000. I did start getting like a base coat. You know, there was some wear here around the inserts. I don't really need to look at that right now. But it needs cleaned better. And then I'm just kind of getting the base coat down so that way the wood is kind of like stained green instead of just brown. So, but this will be a good game for somebody. I'm not keeping it. I've had a Flight 2000 that had a new playfield in it and everything, if you guys have seen any of that. So I'm just going to get it back to life, make sure it plays 100%, make sure everything works 100%, it's reliable, and then see if any of my friends want it. So, because I kind of give priority to people on my channel. Well, I give, obviously, priority to, like, do I know you personally and you're a friend of mine? So that's the thing. I would prefer one of my close friends buys this. So I don't want to sell one of my friends a messed up game. So that's the first thing in my head. If this is going to one of my friends, I don't want to sell him something that's messed up. So, besides that, I don't know when this part will go out. So this might be part of, I don't know where I'm at with videos. I got like 3 different series going on at the time on my phone. I'll have to check. Got to go through the displays, make sure they all work, all that fun stuff. But first thing we got to do, rectifier. That way we can start checking voltages, make sure all the voltages are good. Start going through the boards. So there you go. See you guys later. Okay, so I got the rectifier swapped out and got all that wiring done. Put the playfield in. I have that disconnected because none of those drop targets are hooked up properly. So I need to take out that whole bank, work on those. But I decided to go ahead and power it on, see what happens, see where I'm at. So as you can see, it's blowing that fuse. So I got a circuit breaker in there, which is like your control lamps. And I verified this, you know, if I unplug this, it doesn't blow. So it's been a little while, so it won't blow. And this is also the power for like the solenoids. So if I leave the solenoids disconnected, it still blows. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that fuse is for control lamps. I need to do research. I'm just stopping for the moment. I've been down here for a little while. But yeah, besides that, if I... Okay, that's the other thing. To me, yeah, it's only 5. And I'm getting 0268 on there. But, which I would say, okay, it didn't fully boot. Okay, right now it's not working. A minute ago, it was saying that, and I could still go through the menu settings. And I did start a game. Okay, so see, I hadn't touched it in a minute, now it just popped up. So I think I got something up with the coin door. Whoops, there you go. Because now the button on the coin door thing's working. Partially working? Am I moving the coin door? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, this switch is really weird. Okay, so then it reboots. 4, 5. Only does 5. Then it says that. But then a minute ago, even though it said that, let's see here. Yeah, see, now that's blank. That had, yeah, I don't know. Earlier it would still let me like stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I can hit switches and it all works. There's no, well, there's no balls in the trough. I just put balls in the trough with my fingers. And of course, right now we don't have solenoids because I got that thing disconnected. hit another switch. Put my finger on one of the switches in the trough. Do it again. So the game ended. Once the game ends, it goes right back to previous score, and then, or is that the high score? No, because all the digits work. I was just wondering if that was high score, because that's when the light comes on. It should be saying high score, but instead of high score, it's saying, I wonder if that's a weird setting it's in. Yeah, and I guess now it's all 20 credits, maybe? No. I thought that was backwards. Yeah, so it's 2 credits, ball 1, and started a game. Yeah, so, I mean, this is just, I just got it to turn on, so I'm gonna have to have breakfast, think about it. Obviously, I need to look at why my feature lamps is blowing that. So, start with, I guess, that sucks. Probably a visual inspection is where I'll start, because there's a lot of bulbs on here. I mean, something's got to be dead shorted somewhere. So I'll flip the playfield over and start just looking over all the wiring, making sure nothing just didn't get broken off or smashed or pinched. Give every bulb a good look over. So, but I don't know. My thought was, because this is not priority, I was going to work on this morning until breakfast. And then after breakfast, I'm going to Sam's, going to do all that stuff. But then I need to work on Elvira and let's call it customer games. So, but, okay. I don't know. That's where I'm at with this one. I may just, oh, I did the button battery, the super capacitor down there. I need to clean up the corrosion better and stuff like that. But I was just like, let's get that on there and just see if I can get this to boot. I mean, it's working. I guess it's working. I don't know. I guess I need to change some settings and see if it remembers everything. But, yeah, we've got issues. I don't know. I guess I could, I don't really want to, but I guess I could grab a Alltech or a Weebly or something out of a different game, try it out, see if that solves my issues. So, okay. I don't know, I might go ahead and just post this video. There's almost probably 20 minutes of me rambling about stuff, but displays look like they're mostly working. That one's a little flaky, so I either need to rebuild it or see if I just got any other 7 digits. I still need to glue on that trim piece. So it's coming along. I mean, they're all coming along, I guess. So, but I don't know, definitely got to rebuild the flippers. That stuff showed up. Man, I got to do another Titan order, because the Titan order I did, it changed all the rubbers to glow in the dark for a different game that I'm working on. So it's like, crap, I do not want glow in the dark on this game. I want white. So I got to go through my overstock, see if maybe I got enough in overstock to just do it. But that's probably the only thing I need to order. My flipper rebuild showed up. Get rid of this crap. I mean, that's like, yeah, I don't see that like this. I don't know. Come on, people. So, and I got to do the flippers on my Meteor as well. So, but we're getting there. We got all this stuff done. I guess I was using my Meteor to double check this harness, but yeah, I guess I need to double check this because a couple of the wire colors were different, but compared to my Meteor, but everything else matched because I was just, hey, look, another Weebly. So, but okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Wish me luck, I guess. If you're interested in this when it's done, obviously I'm not going to sell it till it's done, but let me know. See ya. Okay, so we're back again, back on Flight 2000 for a little bit here. I'm in the middle of working on Elvira, but I got parts in the polisher and I don't want to move forward on Elvira without having those parts done. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. I did figure out the issue with why it was blowing the fuse on the GI. One of the wires, I had one wire wrong out of that whole entire debacle, whatever. One of the wires was wrong. It was in the wrong location. So basically you had like, it was like two of the AC bus, like two of the ends, two of them were going to in instead of one in, one out. It was two ends. So yeah, not good. So got blowing a fuse. That's what they're there for. Figured out basically that blue wire just had to be moved over one. So on that note, this is starting to hang down. I'm going to take this off and strip down that drop target, whole entire assembly, and get that rebuilt properly. So I got bags of parts that have shown up, my targets. Yeah, well, there's sockets. Those don't go for this game, but those sockets here. So on that note, the good news is I booted up and it plays. I did have a All-Tech in it for a little bit because I was having a weird little display issue. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on, so I put the stock MPU back in it with a super cap, little capacitor. Put that in there and it boots and plays, and there's a couple switches that need attention and the flippers need adjusted and all that fun stuff, and there's a ton of bulbs that don't work. But generally speaking, it works. Right now I am going to pull that drop target. I'm going to go ahead and just flip the playfield over upside down. I'm going to remove that drop target bank because it just unplugged. So I'm going to unscrew it and just take it over to the table and rebuild it over there. Yeah, because I have, see, there's all my Elvira stuff ripped apart. But yeah, there's my targets, stickers and stuff. So, and there's my Flight 2000 rubber kit. So we're doing good. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. See ya. Okay, so I did the drop targets on Flight 2000. Now I just rebuilt the flippers, as you can see. Somebody had actually like cut that. I mean, the amount of slop, like even if that would have been fine that they cut that, I mean, it's been in there so long. This one had the right one. A little bit of slop, not too bad. I mean, the coil stops have been in there a long time. And then they had drilled them out for larger bolts, and then drilled out the bracket for larger bolts. So luckily I had an old bracket laying around, because I guess one of my games, I either put new ones in or different, whatever one, maybe one was broke and I wanted them to match, but yeah, this one actually had bigger bolts drilled in there. So there you go. One of the wires popped off the switches, so I did that. So now I just need to pretty much flip it over, and I need to align these so I can tighten them down a little bit. So, and that's back installed. So I need to grab my Allen's keys before I flip this over. And I did go through, and actually surprisingly all of the bulbs work. Had it on switch test on this side. I mean, I had to clean out the socket a little bit or something, but none of the bulbs were actually blown, burnt out, whatever. So yep, I guess we'll flip this over and yeah, just align the flippers and tighten it up, see where we're at. From there, it should just be, check all the GI bulbs, take everything off the top of the playfield, clean it, set. Okay, that freaked me out how it had that little notch right there. I was like, is that broken? So I need to clean a lot of this stuff still, but flip it over, clean the top side, make sure everything works first. So, but there you go. See you in a little bit. Okay, so here it is, all booted up, running. Getting ready, flippers are done, drop targets, as you can see, are done. I need to do the pop bumper rings, going to replace both of those. All the bulbs work, but some of the sockets are still a little, let me see, that one's not working right now, but if I go under there and touch it, it'll work. So I need to go through, clean sockets. This is on Pinball Life. It's kind of like a brown crayon, but it's gritty. I use that to clean out sockets with. So I'll go through and make sure everything's, you know, right now I'm getting ready to strip down all the plastics off, get rid of all those, scrub and clean everything, wax everything really good, make sure the top side is done. I'm going to clean out and make sure all the GI works at the same time. And then I'll flip it. Well, and then replace the, I did put 2 new rubbers on here because I was playing it. You know, got to make sure the drop targets work. So I played a couple games on it already. So that's where we're at with that. I do have a guy, he posted up the other day, he was looking for a Flight 2000. I'm like, well, give me a few weeks, you know, so I don't know, let's see what happens. But besides that, yeah, I just got to clean and scrub and wax. I did start kind of touching up around here. I did that a few weeks ago. It seems like it's not the best touch-up job, but it's better than brown wood. So I did ask him if he wanted LEDs or incandescents, and he said he prefers incandescents. So I'm just going to go through, make sure all the, you know, make sure all the bulbs do work. I just got to go through and tighten up all the sockets, make sure they're not being flaky. And then, you know, if he decides he wants the game, then incandescents will stay in it. So if not, it might get LEDs. We'll just kind of see. So, but everything works, plays great, you know, as expected. Just needs cleaning, new rubbers, replace. Well, I'm replacing all of them, but I was gonna say replace as needed. But it looks like most of these are the nylon caps, and like that one's a silicone cap. So since most of them are nylon caps, the screw-on type, I'll get rid of these little push-on ones. I'll replace a couple of nylons. So I just tried to throw that away, and there's a sheet of glass in front of the trash can, so it just bounced off. That's what I get. So, okay, well, I'm about to, because, yeah, some of the painted parts that I did, they got contaminated or something happened. The paint started acting weird, so I'm stripping them, and I'm going to redo the paint on some of the parts for Elvira. So that's out there soaking again. So I'll put in a couple more hours on this while I have time. So see you later. Okay, I've got it kind of pulled out at a 45 a little bit here, just because I'm about to put the glass back in it and stuff. It's done. It's been done for a couple days now. So yeah, a guy wants to come take a look at it here in like Thursday. It's Tuesday night. So I was just kind of pulling it out. I had painted the legs. I'd run them through evaporust and stuff and painted them. Just kind of make them look a little bit better. I do that to a lot of them. So let's see. Pop bumper skirts on, new drop targets, all new rubbers, stripped and cleaned the whole thing. Somebody had used a weird wax on it or something, but I mean, I was just like scrubbing, and it was just, I have not spent that long. Just, I had, besides like some of the red post, I had obviously all the plastics off, the metal rails off. It was like stripped, and I was trying to just get to everything, because it was, as soon as you tried to clean it, it just looked like it was like a white marker. Not, I don't want to say a marker, but I know it's to say white wax, but it was just like you could almost scrape it off with your fingernail. It was such a thick white goo. I don't know. So I mean, I just spent a while just getting everything off this playfield, and then using normal Carnauba wax type of deal. So still using the plasma displays. They all look good. They're working fine. Factory board has the super cap install on it that I did. New drop targets, like I said, all new rubbers. The guy that's interested in it, he wants the incandescent bulbs. This is how he likes it. So for now, that's what's in it. Unless he changes his mind, then I might do LEDs in it, or who knows. But everything's going good. I'll lift up the play field, show you kind of how that cleaned up. So there you go, new rectifier board, got that all sorted away, new connectors. Besides that, that was really like the main issue with the game, was right there, because they had like a circuit breaker installed under here on the floor that was going to like the oh, I did find out what was wrong. I know I mentioned one of my previous videos that was blowing the fuse for the control lamps. That was my fault. Just going through everything, I had like 2 outputs and no input. So a lot of those are jumped together, and yeah, I just had to, it's kind of one of those things. Now that I had it narrowed down to one thing, I just wire by wire, okay, that one's bad, yep, there you go. So slow down, take your time, whatever. Rebuild the drop targets, those are all nice and new. Not drop target, yeah, drop targets are new. I got that whole thing put back together. Wasn't missing any parts, I don't think. So that's good. But I rebuilt the flippers, new coil stops. One of the brackets I had to replace because the holes were all messed up and drilled out. So that's really about it. Let's just go ahead, and I know this video is already about a half an hour long. It's only going to be a 2-part video, I guess, because it's already done. So, and I've played a Flight 2000. I've been over in detail with my previous Flight 2000. So this one's kind of more or less just leaving it original. Nothing, you know, not a CPR play field and the obstacles and doing that. But don't worry, we've got 3 play fields to do coming up. So I got plenty to do for the next couple of months, and I still got Elvira's leaving in a couple of days, and I think he's bringing me No Fear next. So there you go. Let's I'll button this up, and we'll just play a couple quick games. Okay, one quick note. If I mess up or miss something and I notice it, I try to acknowledge that. I literally just noticed while I was looking all this over, there was no screw here and here to hold this plate up. The screws are all in the sides and in the back and all that stuff. I went ahead and double checked that, but I was like, there's supposed to be one in this last hole on both ends. So fixed it. So yeah. So yeah, sorry. I'm looking at the other. So yeah, I just noticed that. So I was like, oh yeah, double check everything, make sure. But there you go. Now let's play some games. Okay. Got the tripod just kind of set up here a little bit. One thing I will say that I found on my Flight 2000, well, my previous one that I had, these little rubber posts, little donuts like right there and right there. I prefer the game with those off, because that way the ball can just like shoot down, you know, and it goes up and then straight back. It doesn't catch that and go left or right, you know, it just kind of goes up and straight back in. It just makes that a lot smoother. So I find that more fun. I think with these, it kind of goes, it almost comes to a dead stop and then goes through. So I prefer them off, but you know, I'll mention that to him. You know, just let him try it out. It's his game, or you know, whoever buys it. So there we go. Let's play a game.
3, 2, 4, mission.
Oh, if you don't know, I'll tell you this. This is how you play the game. So it says BLASTOFF. I think the F's are linked together right now. But if you spell blast off, and then while you're spelling blast off, you get 2 balls up there locked. And then once you have that done, you've now qualified Apollo 1 and 2, all that stuff. So you're kind of mainly just working on that. But if you get blast off spelt and you have 2 balls up in the ball lock, it'll say prepare for all stage go, something like that, countdown. This will go, you can see it's flashing at 5 right now. That'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as you hit them. Hopefully whenever you get to that point, you know, you're at like 1 or 2, and you know, the one of the lanes will spot a target sometimes, but hopefully you're not on 5 whenever you get to that, because it takes a while. And then you'll get the third ball up there after you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Third ball up there, and then it'll start doing the ball walker and start launching all the balls over. The spinner right now it's on 500. Knock down the 3 drop targets. It goes to 1,000. Knock them down again. Goes to 1,500. Knock them down again. It goes to 2,000. But then if you knock them down again, 2,500. It starts going through and adding all those together. That does carry over ball to ball the way that's set up right now. You also have your playfield multiplier, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then those all add together as well. So if you end up with a really good game, you can end up, I think I had one game that lasted, usually on my previous one, our high scores would be like a good, like my grand champion was like 3 or 4 million. Like it was right in that area. We had, several people get to about 4 million was like the grand champion kind of spot. I had one game, I had 7 or 8 extra balls. I ended up at like 14 million. I was like, this is, like, I was kind of like tired of playing. It was lasting a really long time. So, but besides that, if it's not going your way, it can be a couple 100,000 points and you're dead. But with everything adding together, ball after ball after ball, and you start getting extra balls, it just, once you get up around 2 or 3 million, your score just starts skyrocketing. I also had mine set up for extra balls at like 500,000, a million, and then like 1.5. I'm not sure if this one has that. So anyway, let's go ahead and play. And that A didn't register, so I need to look at that. That was absolutely horrible. 14,000 points. Okay, so I need to check out A. I usually try to get the ball locks out of the way because it seems like everything else is just going to kind of happen. Strong flippers on this game. There we go. And it locked. I paused it because I was having a really crappy game. And then now I'm about to get multi-ball. So I already did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm just trying to get the third ball up there. Apparently I need to tighten up that pot bumper. Ah. No. Okay. That switch. Pot bumper. This thing, I don't want to say it's never done, but let's see if I can just reach up here and
Blast off.
well, I just felt it. Okay, I'm back. I had to do some stuff and I had some crappy games and I had whatever. So I'm gonna try this one more time. I gotta go to bed. Let's do another game. Do a game, I guess. So basically what you're trying to do, because I don't know if I said it during a game or how, because it's been hours now. You have to spell blast off, which is all the in lanes and then the lanes up at the top. On top of that, you have to get 2 balls locked up top. The 2 that are up there now were done in the previous game, so they don't count. I do have 1 ball lock because I did just get one up there a minute ago. I just died. So I do have 1 ball lock, but there's 2 up there. So if I get one up there, it goes ahead and walks one out and shoots it at me. But I still have to do OFF, the F's are linked together, and then I have the L and the S up there. So, and then you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, depending on where the flashing arrow is for the drop targets. Then you get another ball locked up there, and I'll start your multi-ball. That was a good rip. Oh, my fault. There we go. L, come on. Okay. So I need off. Nope. And I'm dead. Well, let's try again. That was 220,000. Come on, S, there we go. Oh, no! I was robbed. I know I said earlier I gotta clean that switch too. I did it once, but I don't know, it's just being a little flaky. There we go. Going for that hard rip. Nope. That right out lane's killing me. So what do we got left? BLS. Come on, there we go. S. Oh, again? Okay, well, there's the L. I hit the S, but I gotta do it again, I guess. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta work on it. It works. Oh, the gate's down, but... yeah, I mean, it works. I guess I just gotta adjust it better. I'll do that tomorrow night. Okay, so I've got one ball lock. I've got blast done. Trying to hop it over the other flipper. Okay, so now I have to do 3, 2, 1. Well, at least right now the spinner's worth a lot because blast off's completely full, so that's good. 2, come on. There we go. 1, come on, spot it. Okay, so I got one ball lock to get. There we go. Good game. I can call it a night. We're at 700,000. Oh, that just failed. That just failed. And I had the worst multi-ball ever. Typical. But, yeah, see, worst multi-ball ever. But I gotta show it to you at least. on this machine. I mean, I did it on my other machine. If you go back and watch my previous Flight 2000 from a year ago, Kirk post for the save. Ah, that's my fault. 890, 900, 913. Okay, calling it a night. I'll give it another once over because I want to make sure that stuff works before it leaves. So they do work if I mess with them, so I just need to tighten them up and clean them one more time. So anyway, yeah, I gotta go. Man, I've been up since like 2 a.m. and it's now almost 11, so I gotta go to bed. So yeah, like, subscribe, do what you want to do. I'll see you guys later. See ya.